Welcome back, this is Crash, and it's been a few hours. I haven't really been playing the game constantly for all this time, but the chunks are loaded, so the berry bushes are growing in nicely. Still got a few gaps that gotta fit in, but we are ready to do some other activities, so let's get started. First of all, my smeltery is full from my mining expeditions, so I don't want to just stand here doing this the entire time, so we're going to try to automate this a little bit. First and foremost, we are going to make a couple chests. And one of the neat things, I don't know which mod does this, but there is a mod that allows you to make 4 chests out of oak logs as opposed to just wood. Unless that's something they added in 1.10, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But oh my gosh, that's so nice. Also, let's take these chests and turn them into hoppers. We're going to want 2 of them. And let's take one of these chests and make it an iron chest. Just go around this like that. Okay. Now, we're going to make ourselves a redstone clock from extra utilities. That's going to need 4 redstone, a redstone torch, and 4 smooth stone or polished stone or, stuff like that. Granite will work just fine. So we need some sticks. If only I had the ability to make sticks. Alas, the world is not prepared for such a thing. There we go. And shift click, 1 redstone clock. My bronze pickaxe is just about dead, and I'm actually not feeling bad about that at all, considering it wasn't really meant to last forever. Anyway, it was a stopgap to begin with. Okay, let's put the chest there. And can we set these hoppers down without breaking anything? Without the need to break anything, rather. We can. Okay, so simple process. Hoppers pull items out of the casting basin and casting table and put them in here for storage. That's going to work pretty well. Let's take this redstone clock, toss it up there, and we're just going to have it doing ingots for now. That'll be fine. Next up, let's get started in Mekanism after we take a brief nap, because this is going to be fun. I love Mekanism. I was a little dismayed that it wasn't in the Direwolf 20 pack that we were playing on earlier, but I love me a digital miner. We're not ready for that yet, but there's so much good stuff in Mekanism that I can only begin to talk about. It's so fun. We're going to have to start with some power generation, and we're going to start with a simple generator, a heat generator. It's very, very basic, but it'll be enough to get us started. We're going to need iron, osmium, which is the special ore that's added with Mekanism. It's used in most Mekanism devices. So that's our bottleneck right now. That's what we need. Fortunately, I got some when I was mining. Some copper, furnace, and planks of some kind. That won't be too difficult. Let's get started. So we're going to need a furnace. Let's make one of those real quick. All done. And the rest of this, we should have... Well, I need to make the planks. And I need to get the copper. There. Oh, and I need to get the osmium. There's my osmium. Okay, now we've got a heat generator. And if this is anything like how it worked in 1.7, then this can work either by putting fuel in it, so I could like toss sticks in here and it would burn them and produce a minuscule amount of energy for each stick, because, let's face it, they're sticks. But I can also power it by pouring lava over top of it. So we're going to try the lava route and see how that works. actually, let's do that. Now we're also going to need to make some other stuff, but let's get started with the power gen first, because this has an internal reservoir, so it can be charging up while we wait. I should pull over all three sides. And now if I look inside this, yep, it's generating power. Now it'll generate power. There's a black cat in front of the camera. So it's not that the camera stopped working, it's that a kitty decided to say hi. There we go. It'll generate more power with internal fuel, but that internal fuel will be used up. Heat generators are kind of neat because they're also a renewable resource. They'll just take the heat from the lava and use that to generate power also. So not the most efficient means, but very green. So I kind of like that. Now let's make our next machine, and that should be a metallurgic infuser, if I remember correctly. And that's going to be 2 furnaces, osmium, iron, and redstone. So more furnaces. 1, 2. And do I have everything else on me already? I do. There we go. 1 metallurgic infuser. And if I remember correctly, I'm also going to need some of this. Now, a lot of machines require some special ingredients in Mekanism. In this case, we're going to see what this is making. It's holding a lot of redstone in internal storage. That redstone is a sunk cost at this point. If I decide I wanted to make something else, I can dump this out, but it's gone. It's lost. And redstone, not that important, especially mid-game. Even early game, it's fairly easy to get. But sometimes you'll do things like add crushed diamonds in here, and in that case, you really got to measure things out well, because you're not getting that diamond back, not in its current form. Okay, so this should make an enriched alloy, if I remember correctly. And just gotta wait just a little bit longer. I've stalled enough. There we go, an enriched alloy. Oh, they've changed the graphic for it. Okay, now this enriched alloy can be used for all kinds of things. If I press U for use, so we can make a bow that isn't bad. Energy tablets are basically a battery. They are an ingredient in a lot of different things. I'll be making windmills soon, and it takes energy tablets to make those. Used in various upgrades. This is pretty much a go-to for all kinds of things. It's a basic ingredient, essentially. Look at all these wonderful things. Now, it also is used for one of my favorite things, universal cable. Universal cable, actually no, it's not used for that. I can get started on this really soon. Oh, but I do need steel. Steel's a bit of a problem. Sometimes that's difficult to make. Steel and redstone. So let's see. We have several steel ingots. Make that with steel dust. That's the only way we make that particular kind of steel. How do we make that steel dust? It won't tell us. Nice. Steel from immersive engineering is made with steel grit. It's gotta be made a different way too. Iron in a blast furnace. Or an arc furnace with coke dust. How about industrial craft steel? I have to look into this tome. It's the second time I've seen it pop up. Blast furnace again. Railcraft. So Railcraft has steel, but it doesn't really do anything for making steel. And Mekanism, this is the one I'm familiar with. You make steel dust by... You can use a crusher, but more likely you're going to have a metallurgical diffuser, which I'm already using, and you're going to add coal or charcoal of some kind and iron, and that will get you enriched iron, which you then add coal and charcoal to again, and that'll get you steel dust. So that's a bit of a roundabout way of doing it, but it's doable. However, this process is taking forever a day because I'm not generating a lot of energy. So let's take a look at windmills, shall we? They're not actually called windmills. Technically speaking, they're called wind generators, but that's going to need an enriched alloy, go figure, a basic control circuit, which is going to be osmium and redstone instead of iron and redstone, and these energy tablets, which are made with 2 enriched alloy each, and I need 2 of those. So I'm actually going to need 5 enriched alloy. And I'm just now working on my 3rd. So let's see if I can speed this up. There are speed upgrades, but they take more energy. Let's see if I can speed this up just by giving it some more fuel. That might be helpful. What if I just plunk you in here? Hey, that's moving faster. That's going to help us out. Okay, so I think I can start making that energy tablet. Socket, would you like to help? No? Okay, well, if you could not be right in front of the computer, which I know it's your favorite spot in the whole wide world. I am aware. Let's do that. Okay, 1 energy tablet. Oh, that's already made 4 more. That's fantastic. And what we can actually do... Let's just switch this out because redstone is redstone. And I'm gonna need some circuits anyway, so that's gonna help us out. Let's make another one of these. Oh, we can make 3 of them. I'm not making 3 of them. I don't need to make 3 of them right now. So we have our 2 energy tablets, good to go. Getting a little dark. Might have to take a nap soon. Let's go ahead and process the rest of these. Use all that up. And do we have... Yes, we do have an abundance of wood and coal. I'm going to make some charcoal while we're working on this, because that will be useful. In 1.7's Mekanism, if you use charcoal, you got double the use out of it. It actually went further along than using regular coal. So not only was it something you didn't need to mine for, it was more efficient, which is kind of nice. So how about we just put 8 in there, and when it uses up all the redstone, that'll immediately fit in. The rest of this, we're just going to burn as fuel to speed up the process. While that's going, let's do a little bit of a base tour. I have been working on the base a little bit. It is not done, not by a long shot. But I kind of had this idea when I was scouting for a location. When I saw this sort of mountainous plateau area, I really thought it'd be cool to have my base be on an upper level inside of it. So I've been hollowing out the top portion and lighting it up with jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns are one of my favorite light sources, especially early game, because it's very easy to make them. All you need is time and a place to grow things. And they don't give off particles. They're a very clean light. And it's just, I like them. I don't like the coloring for them, but everything else about them is great. So I've been lighting this up with jack-o'-lanterns. I've slowly been using quite clear glass, which is supposed to be made using Ender IO machines, but if you have Chisel installed, it's compatible with Chisel. So you take regular glass, you put it in a Chisel, and you can turn it into quite clear glass. The really cool thing, the thing that I love about quite clear glass, the reason why I use it all the time, besides the fact that it gives you a basically invisible barrier that mobs can't go through, is when you break it, you actually get an item back. It's not like regular glass where you break it, you're done. It's reusable. I love that about quite clear glass. But I've been running out of sand, and all the sand deposits are pretty far away, so Mekanism is going to be one of the ways where I get more sand, because I can make a crusher, throw cobblestone into that, get gravel, throw gravel into the same crusher, get sand, and then I can get more glass. Now, the rest of this is really just stopgap to get up there. Once I have some ender pearls, I'm going to be making elevators, so I bypass that altogether, and Socket lays down in front of me, between me and the monitor, like he usually does. Now, what we can do, we could make an energy upgrade, but we need to be able to pulverize gold. And that's going to be a bit of a problem because we don't have anything to pulverize. We don't have anything to crush it up. So let's make ourselves another heat generator. There we go. Now we have another heat generator, which we can use to power a crusher. And that's going to need some lava buckets. Fortunately, I think I've got that covered. This is probably already generating a little bit of power. It is. There you go. Now you're going to generate the rest of the way. Let's go fill this up real quick. All done. Let's head back. Okay, now for our crusher, we need 2 basic control circuits, 4 redstone, and this thing here, which requires steel, so we can't do that. But there is the extra utilities crusher, which requires a machine block, and iron, and pistons. So that is quite possibly doable. Crusher it is. And this we can most definitely do. So we got our machine stuff. Let's make our pistons. 1. And we just didn't have enough wood, otherwise we would have been fine. There's our second one. And let's combine all this into a crusher. And the lava is still going to be useful because I do have a smeltery, and it is definitely something that I want to keep using. Now, if I put this crusher here, it does say grid power, but it doesn't need grid power to run. It's just because it's from extra utilities, it's letting me know what grid power is being generated at the same time, which right now is 0 because I'm not doing anything with grid power. Now, I don't really have a lot of gravel. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking of making sand. That's not what I want to do right now. I want to make some energy upgrades so that my metallurgical infuser goes a little bit faster. So, with that going, I can get gold dust, and the gold dust gets used in an energy upgrade which needs glass, which I don't have a whole lot. So maybe I should have been making sand. Shift click, we have an energy upgrade, and this we should be able to put in the metallurgical diffuser. Upgrades, you go in here. Once you get loaded, this requires less energy, and that's our bottleneck for this right now. So it should go faster because it needs less energy to do the same thing. We've almost used up our redstone, so we're going to start getting iron enriched really soon. So this is a problem. Apparently, some mod has added the ability, MC Multipart. That's the mod. It's added the ability to place ingots in the game, which is kind of neat. You can place 8 of these on top of a single block, which is nice. But if you're holding ingots and you right-click at all, you end up placing an ingot. And just hitting it gives the ingot back to you. But I have ended up placing ingots in so many places. It's annoying. I wonder, this used to be able to take redstone as a power source. Oh, it still does. That's interesting. I'll have to file that away for later. Okay, coal's loaded. We're going to make 8 steel for now, which probably means we only need 4 charcoal. Yeah, I think so. You're gonna take forever and a day. And I get that, because I'm barely giving you any power. But you're a temporary solution to a temporary problem. At this point, I can make a wind turbine, but that's not going to help me if I don't have a way to get the power to the machines I want to use them for. So I really need this steel dust. And I'm going to smelt that in the furnace because that should be compatible. Osmium isn't. Okay, we have our 2 wind turbines, and now we just need to make some cable. Oddly enough, it gave me industrial craft steel. But that's okay. It still works. Still good. Now, what I was thinking was trying to have this run straight up the middle. And for that, I'll need my ladders. Where do I want to put these? Well, for now, how about we just set these here? The higher these are, the more efficient they are. So I will be moving them up higher eventually. But at this point, I just want to get started with it. So, there we go. Theory, this is powered. It's glowing green, so I'm guessing so. Oh, hello, Mr. Zambi. Goodbye, Mr. Zambi. Let's go ahead and get rid of that lava. Something I didn't know about until just recently is, if you drop things in the smeltery from above, it considers that to be an input. And if it doesn't have room, they'll just sit there and either despawn or get loaded in when there is room. considering I have this automated now to just be outputting stuff, I can lose a stack of cobblestone if it runs out of time. Right now, I'm just trying to use up the lava. Okay, now that this lava is gone, I can go and take these items. Don't really need the rest of this here at all. I'll move those later. And head upstairs. Plunk that down. And we can manage our metallurgic infuser again. As well as our crusher. Hello, Mr. Cow. Or Miss Cow. Now, since I have a little bit more basic cable, we're going to do a common hack, which is basically just make a tower and place the windmills on top. And I'll need to nerd pull it up here or make some type of ladder setup later to add more windmills and make it go higher and things like that. That is not high enough. You need to be one block down from there, I think. But for now, it should work. Nope, I was right. I was right the first time. Okay, and I think that's enough for one episode. If you like these videos, by all means, let me know what you like about them. If you don't like them, let me know what you don't like about them. Either way, you're going to help me make my videos better. And until next time, this is Crash saying, be well.